Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another WWE Fantasy Log. I am James Phoenix. With me are Jeff and John.
What's up?
Well, TGI Friday, y'all.
Yes, we're running a day late. I apologize. I could not do it last night. We had to postpone.
So you'll be getting 2 videos 2 days in a row. Yay.
Indeed. Tonight is WWE Backlash 2017 from this past Sunday. Tomorrow night will be the usual episode for the Raw, SmackDown, and 205. So, because this is just a pay-per-view, there is no news. We're just going to go right into the scoring for the show.
Absolutely.
Woohoo.
We'll just do this. And as you can see, Team Extreme is still in the lead there. No, wrong one. At 31.91. Followed by, let's see here.
By you.
The Certified Balor Club at 27.65. And then 21.23 for Team Apocalypse.
I'm on there somewhere. Yay.
Yeah.
Pretty soon I'm going to be 4th place.
Yep. So still the lead on the leaderboard is Kevin Owens, 283, followed by TJ Perkins at 253, AA Austin Aries at 236, Alexa Bliss, the Raw Women's Champion at 233, Finn Balor at 225, Seth Rollins at 213, Jeff Hardy, 1.5 of the Raw Tag Champs, coming in at 212, followed by Jinder Mahal at 204, Bray Wyatt at 203 by 1 point, and Randy Orton at 193, rounding out the top 10.
No. To be fair, John, I thought that Roman Reigns was going to get you a lot of points because I thought it being WWE, they wouldn't give a shit about the fan response and would continue to push him anyway. I'm very, very surprised that they were like, oh shit, he's being booed out of the building, take him off TV fast. That really shocked the hell out of me.
No, they're not
Apparently.
take off TV. It's his long-standing feud opponent just blew his elbow out. Take him off TV.
Well, no, but even with that, they immediately basically took him off TV as soon as they're basically when he walked out there and they booed him for 15 minutes straight. They realized we can't have Roman Reigns on TV. We don't have the time for this.
Yeah,
we got to let that shit calm down and then maybe he can come back.
Pretty much, which is why he came out, said like 2 words and left, and basically didn't come back until like the Strowman stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which was all like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then Strowman shattered his elbow.
Yep.
But even with that, Roman Reigns was still doing very minimal stuff because they were trying to. It seems to me WWE since WrestleMania has just been trying to minimize Roman's exposure because of the huge, pardon the pun, backlash from WrestleMania, which is something I didn't expect. I was like, okay, I knew there was going to be backlash from WrestleMania. I didn't think WWE would give a shit because it's WWE, and apparently they did. And I'm like, oh, that sucks for John.
First time for everything, apparently.
Right?
Well, like I said, it's because they were going to try to build Roman up to go against Brock or whatever, do this Braun feud, and so they were selling injuries, which is why Roman wasn't around, periodically. He was doing the Braun feud.
Right.
So.
Which he was going to lose anyway.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything to do with the heat. I think it's just what the feud demanded. Because despite it was whatever heat he supposedly has, Roman still had the longest line at WrestleMania access.
Yeah, but access was before he beat The Undertaker. I dare you to stick him out there now and see how long his line is.
It'll be long. All the kids will be there.
It's true.
Maybe.
He's still popular. He's still selling merchandise. Anyway. So, let's go ahead and do this. Huh, what? Oh. So we start off, as always, with the pre-show.
Indeed.
By the way, the Backlash coming to you from the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois.
Hello, Team Starkid.
So I'm proud to be shocked by the surprising dearth of CM Punk chants.
Mr. $1 million plus,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm sure we'll be covering tomorrow.
If you link me to the article, we will.
Millions of dollars.
Anyway, so during the kickoff show, Eric Rowan walked by the announce table silently with the new mask on. So 3 appearance points to Eric Rowan, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if you're talking about when he was supposed to come out to like talk to me, he just came out, fucked around with his mask, intimidated fucking ESPN dude and left, I would say mini promo.
It's the same amount of points.
Okay.
It matters not.
Yeah, I caught that. That was at the end of the thing. I caught that and I was like, okay, that was creepy.
Is he SmackDown's the Drifter?
Sure, why not?
What about the Drifter?
He's SmackDown's the Drifter.
Oh, speaking of which, we need to draft the Drifter to somebody.
We'll do that tomorrow.
Okay.
There you go.
Because he had a match.
Yes. So, and actually, that's actually really easy to do because if I flip over to this page here, all I have to do is go down here and let's see. Oh, look, which 2 teams are short a person. So it's going to be either you or me.
There you go.
I was going to say give it to John just because he's so far behind, but okay.
We can do that too if we wanted to be 2 people ahead. I mean, whatever. We can throw it to him. What the hell? I don't care. We'll do that tomorrow.
Okay.
So, score sheet. All right. So Dolph Ziggler does an interview saying he would have watched footage of Nakamura's matches to prepare for tonight, but there's no footage because he hasn't had any matches. So
somebody doesn't watch his own product. There's plenty of footage on the WWE Network for $9.99, Dolph.
NXT's not the big boys. That doesn't count.
It's still footage of his fighting style.
Somebody's been talking to Mole.
Yeah, really. I don't think his fighting style changes that much from NXT to the main roster, dude.
Yeah, but Ziggler's entire point was that Nakamura hasn't done anything yet on the main roster. That was his entire gimmick.
Which is silly. It's like, you haven't done anything on this show that you've been here for 2 weeks. Like, okay.
It's not like he hasn't tried.
You've been here for 12 years.
Yeah, right? It's not like he hasn't tried, you little fucking coward.
Well, like I said, again, I think that's Ziggler's entire point is that you haven't been here long enough to have done anything, and yet you're getting this insane reaction from the fans that you don't deserve.
Which is funny, because I don't think they would just make it up. Like, the fans obviously have seen him or know something.
Anyway,
I understand the basis behind the gimmick. I just think it's kind of silly. It's one of those flawed ones where you think about it for like 10 seconds. You're like, wait, none of this makes sense. And they're just like, shh, just go with it. You're like,
no, it's WWE logic.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ziggler says he's going to put on a clinic against Nakamura tonight and shut up his fanboys.
No offense to Nakamura, he kind of did, even though he lost. We'll get to that.
All right, Dolph Ziggler is going to get himself some promo points, so that's 79. All right. So our pre-show match was Ty Dillinger versus Aiden English. Aiden English opened up with a singing promo and trashed his own hometown of Chicago.
Wow.
So Dillinger started off strong, but English took control, got some neck breakers, some stomps, went up top, but Dillinger threw him down. Some suplexes back and forth. English starts getting emotional, but composes himself and goes for a power slam, and then goes up top for the set. But Dillinger avoids a set and then hits him with a tiebreaker for the win. So, scroll back up here. All right, so Aiden English lost, so he'll get no, it's pay-per-view 8 for showing up, and 1 for his move is 9 points to Aiden English.
Mm-hmm.
It's him at 24. Stop rubbing the mic.
Sorry.
You're not sorry. You're not sorry at all.
Sorry.
Not sorry. You're not sorry at all. Anyway, Ty Dillinger won the match, so he's going to get, let's see, this is a pay-per-view, so 30 points for a match win on a pay-per-view.
I say he can only get 10. He's a perfect 10.
Well, apparently he can get more than 10.
No.
That ruins his gimmick.
You've ruined it, Jim.
He got 3 perfect 10s in a row.
Okay, that's fair.
So he gets 30 points for winning the match. He's going to get 8 for being in the match, is 38. And let's see, what did he have? Scroll down here. 38 and 4 moves is 42 points to Ty Dillinger.
He's ruined the gimmick again.
95, 05, 15, 25. So that would be 120. Wait, no. Yeah, 125. Yeah. All right. So after this, Eric Rowan comes back out and sits at the kickoff show announce table, and he puts a bag on it.
Yeah, that's the part I saw.
He's silent, then takes his mask off with pieces of hair stuck to it. Booker T tries to break the tension by telling Rowan he looks jacked and been working out, and he throws his pulled out hair on the table and then messes with Rosenberg's clothes, leaving in silence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, he's a good silent antagonizer.
Yep.
He plays a great creepo. Wait, is that a
pretty much
or a negative? I don't know.
Well, it works for his gimmick.
So 3 more points to Eric Rowan. Okay. So after this, we go to the pay-per-view proper.
Mm-hmm. We didn't have a social media lounge this month?
Apparently not. That might have been Ziggler. I don't know.
Fair enough.
I did not see the pre-show, so.
Yeah, they sounded cut that last bit with Rowan. I was like, okay then, pointless. Moving on.
Yep. So our opening match of the pay-per-view proper is Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler.
Okay, 2 things about this match. 1, worst match on the card. It was sloppy as shit. Did you see this match, John?
Nope.
Be glad you didn't.
Also, just knowing what that final match is, I'm going to disagree, and I'm hurt.
Yeah, pretty much.
That final match was a better match than this one. This was so sloppy. I was watching this, and I'm like, I don't know if Shinsuke was holding back because he didn't know if Ziggler could handle the Japanese style of wrestling or what, or if he was told to hold back because WWE style wrestling. But for whatever reason, the match looked really sloppy out there. And part of it probably is because it's Dolph. But at the same time, Dolph's greatest strength, and pretty much the only thing he's good at, is making whoever he fights look good. Sometimes he oversells, and that can make him look bad. But for the most part, he's supposed to make him look good. But this didn't even come down to selling. It came down to execution of the moves. It was so sloppy. And I'm like, oh my God, this match is so bad. And I like Shinsuke Nakamura. I haven't really seen a lot of his stuff, but I know he's a better wrestler than this. So that disappointed me. Number 2, first match. Really, WWE? Let's look at this objectively here. You have your main event of Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal. You have the fucking tag team match that no one cares about. You have the fucking Divas match that no one cares about. You have Luke Harper versus Eric Rowan that no one cares about. Let's be honest. The only 2 matches that people paying money for tickets and putting their butts in your seats are coming to Backlash for are that match, the Dolph Ziggler Shinsuke Nakamura match for Shinsuke Nakamura, and for the United States title match because AJ versus Kevin Owens, who wouldn't want to see that match. And you're giving us Shinsuke first after hyping him up. The one thing people are coming to your event to see, and you put it first. Why would you do this? Why would you give your fans excuses to say, I've seen what I want to see and leave and not stay for the rest of your event? Are you fucking stupid? That's my piece. I'm done.
Simple. Doesn't fucking matter. WWE already has their money.
True, but you would still want people to sit there to make your matches look good, so at least the arena looks filled out. It looked pretty bad if, you get to fucking Owens versus AJ and half the stadium's empty.
Well, that's why Owens versus AJ was so much later in the show. Kept people around. And also, people just wanted to see if WWE would have the balls to put the fucking title on Jinder Mahal.
There is that, but I still say, yeah. And also, Nakamura's your poster boy, and he's the first match. It's like,
yeah,
no.
It's kind of weird.
If anything, no offense to them, but if anything, put AJ versus Kevin Owens as your opener match. It'll get the heart pumping. It'll give people a match they want to see, but it's not going to be the match that sold the tickets. You save Shinsuke and Dolph Ziggler for halfway through the night or whatever, or toward the end when you're trying to wind people down and get them ready for a bigger match. Because again, no offense to them, match kind of wasn't that good.
Which is probably when they put it off first. They were probably doing the rehearsal and went, wow, these two guys suck. Put them on first.
Yeah. But I think with the hype behind it,
well, that's just it. I think the idea was that Shinsuke was supposed to pump the crowd up and really get them going for the rest of the event. To really set the bar high to start off with so everybody else would have to push. Didn't work, but I think that was the point.
Yeah, he didn't set the bar that high, unfortunately.
I didn't think it was that bit of a match, to be honest with you, but
I think it would have been a much better match if it had been Shinsuke versus AJ, because they're both used to that Japanese style of wrestling, so they could have said, AJ, go Japanese on him to make it look good. And I think it would have been a much better match, but because I think Shinsuke had to alter his style pretty heavily to do the WWE or Western style, so he wouldn't injure Dolph Ziggler, who, let's be honest, the only reason he's not world champion right now is because every time they put the belt on him, he fucking injured himself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I'm guessing, and that's just a guess, I'm not saying this is why, but my guess is the reason it looks so sloppy is because Shinsuke was consciously not going all out and trying not to, fuck Dolph Ziggler up physically.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, a lot of the moves look sloppy.
I don't know.
Because I've seen that with a lot of the luchadors. And it's why a lot of the luchadors, when you see their matches, unless they're fighting other luchadors, or like maybe NJPW people, they don't look that good because your standard Western wrestler doesn't know how to wrestle that kind of high-octane, high-speed fighting style. And they'll get injured trying to do that.
Yeah, but Dolph Ziggler, he's going to injure himself anyway.
True. But yeah, I didn't like this match.
Anywho, so Dolph lost.
Yes, he did.
So therefore, let's see here. So Dolph is going to get 8 points for showing up. And he had 12 moves, so it's going to be 20 points to Dolph Ziggler.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing that I've seen people say about this match, which I kind of agree with, is that this being Shinsuke's debut match, it should have been Shinsuke coming out and just whooping Dolph's ass.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, he came out and Dolph is the one that looked strong at the end of the night. And they're like, wait, what the fuck just happened here? Mm-hmm. I'm like, I could kind of agree with that.
Mm.
So that between how sloppy the match was and the fact that Shinsuke didn't look strong by the end of it, I think just made the match really, really bad.
What do you think, John?
I didn't see the match.
Oh, did you see the pay-per-view at all?
No, I did not.
You fail. Anyway. So Nakamura wins. So Nakamura is going to get 30 points for winning, 8 for competing is 38, and 5 moves is going to be 43 points to Shinsuke and Nakamura.
Now remind me, Jim, because you have the results. Did he win via Kinshasa or did he win via roll-up? Because I don't remember him winning via Kinshasa, but I could be wrong.
Hang on. 43 and 73 puts Shinsuke at 75 points even. And yes, he did win with the Kinshasa knee to the head.
Fair enough. I couldn't remember.
Yep. He went for a flying knee off the top. Ziggler dodged it. Nakamura elbowed Ziggler, hit the exploder, and then followed up with the Kinshasa.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Now, I think, John, you'll probably want to go back to watch it just because it's Shinsuke, but I think you'll agree with me. Kind of disappointing.
All right. So, next match on the card is the Tag Team Championship match, the Uggos versus the Fashion Police.
Okay, I'll admit, for this match, not what I was expecting, not necessarily my taste, but I could see it was an entertaining match. Let's put it that way.
That was funny as hell.
Yeah, like I said, it was entertaining. It wasn't necessarily a good match, but it was an entertaining match. I was a little disappointed that the Usos won, to be honest, because they haven't fucking done anything, and they're as we've said every week, you can go back to watch all of our episodes from the last SmackDown pay-per-view to this one. Their promos are fucking terrible, and that's all they've been doing.
Yes, their promos are garbage. Their promos are, we want to be Enzo and Cass heels. That's their promos.
Pretty much. And it's like, and they won. I'm like, I mean, from a personal standpoint, I don't care because I have both the teams, but I'm like, with how much they've been pushing but not pushing. They did it smart. They pushed Breezango, but they didn't push them that hard. They made them funny. They made them more like a face kind of joke team a little bit, but they did it right because they had all the jokes in their bits, and then when they went out to wrestle, they showed that they were a legitimate tag team and, were legitimately a threat because they would come out and win these matches, and it's like they should have the titles now. It's like, nope, they don't.
Yeah, but there's a reason for that.
There is, as people pointed out. What they think is that WWE was just using the Breezango to buy time for Kofi to not have a shattered ankle.
Mm.
Pretty
much, and the New Day was on Talking Smack.
From what I understand, yes. So
with cereal.
So the rumor is that they're going to give the SmackDown titles to the New Day, and they want the New Day to take it off of the Usos, which is fine, but don't completely discredit the Usos in the meantime, like you've been doing. You've completely destroyed the Usos, and basically made Breezango look like the Golden Truth, and I'm like, fuck off.
I know. Are they going to break up too?
No.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No, they're too popular.
It wouldn't surprise me considering Breeze came out like in undercover gear for the match. If Fandango was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, but give him credit. It damn near worked.
That was the entertaining part of the match. Like I said, it was an entertaining match. It just wasn't a very good match.
Yeah, well, it wasn't meant to be a good match. It was meant to be the comedy segment of the evening.
Yeah.
And it was meant to get the Usos back on screen and them to beat Breezango was popular. The Usos beat them, which made them more hated, so they could feud with the New Day. Which by the way, I will mention this real quick. This was mentioned on the since we brought up the New Day. This was mentioned on the Talking Smack, by the way. If I understood this correctly, from what I heard the New Day saying. Hang on.
I do have to say though, the Usos promos just proves my point. The Usos can't be heel. They are fucking terrible as heel. They were so much better as face Usos. Yeah, it was more stereotypical because they had the Samoan face paint and stuff, but they actually cut promos as faces, and they were so much better. The Usos can't do heel, man. They may look the part, but they don't have the heel heart, man. They don't have that hatred and that anger, that dark side. They don't have it. And when they try to portray it, it comes off really cheesy and corny and bad.
Wax your back, one. Shave your back, one.
It was stupid. It's like talking about Raw for a second. It's like what who was it? I think it was Reigns was saying to was it to Balor about not having that killer instinct?
I don't know.
It was like he said it was either to Balor or Zayn, but Reigns said it to someone about, you have a lot of heart. I think it was Sami Zayn. He was like, you have a lot of heart, but you don't have that killer instinct to face Brock Lesnar. And that's kind of how I feel the Usos are. They lack that bloodthirsty killer instinct that you need to be a heel. Like, seriously, Randy Orton needs to go sit the Usos down and have a fucking talk with them about how to be a heel. Because Orton would take one look at them and be like, nope, I'm done here. Nope, you're not heel material. Nope.
Pretty much.
And that's coming from Randy Orton, who's not that good at doing promos. But you know what? He has it in here. He has the heel here, which makes the promos believable, even if he's not an eloquent speaker. Usos don't have that, and it comes through in their attempt to do a heel promo. Not to mention, I don't like their heel wrestling style. I think it's fucking terrible. But I understand why they did it, because they don't want, was it Jimmy to injure himself again? I think that Jimmy was the injured one, right?
Probably.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, I think that's why they changed him to more of a submission wrestling style. Which we'll be talking more about that when we get to 205 Live tomorrow, because I have things to say about
we will
that.
get there.
But yeah, because I think that's why they did that. Then I think they wanted a different wrestling style for them being heel. It's like, well, what's completely different from high flying? I know, let's keep them completely fucking grounded and try to pass them off as technical wrestlers, which they're not. It's just like, oh, WWE, you're fucking them over. But yeah, so this match was what it was. It was just filler. This was Naruto filler. Moving on.
Pretty much. But anyway, the point I was going to mention is we didn't bring up the New Day. I'll mention some more details.
Sure.
I'll mention some more details in tomorrow night's news. But I would just like to quickly congratulate Xavier Woods on becoming a father. Applause.
Congratulations.
Good for him. When asked by Renee Young on the Talking Smack what they have been up to, he mentioned having become a father. So
I'm sure we'll congratulate him again tomorrow when we actually mention it.
And ironically, unlike Kofi and his shattered ankle while he was away, Kofi watched his 1-year-old learn how to walk.
Kofi could take lessons.
And Biggie has no kids. It said, don't rush him.
Is anyone else picturing Kofi's 1-year-old like on stilts or something, doing some crazy save from the ring?
Yeah.
Oh, look, he's learning to walk, and he's like walking along the barricade.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of wrestlers and their kids, you saw what Carl Anderson was teaching his kid, right?
No. Do I want to know?
How to beat up John Cena.
No, I approve of this.
Because he tweeted this image of his kid beating up a John Cena plushie.
Nice.
He's like, oh, he's learning early.
Nice.
Yeah, apparently this kid did a fucking like Superfly and a Swanton. He's like, apparently he's jacking moves from the fucking Usos and fucking Jeff Hardy now. What the hell? I'm like, yeah, what the hell indeed, Carl Anderson.
Now, the Usos don't do a Superfly. The Usos do a big splash.
Well, the Samoan splash, it's basically the same thing. But yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently he's doing high-flying moves on hashtag John Cena.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. I thought that was cute.
Anyway, so the Usos fought off Breezango.
Yes, they did.
The match opened up as Fandango came out, and he was accompanied by a janitor.
Which, by the way, they should have promo points in there, too, for the bit before they came out.
Fair enough.
Did you see that part?
I don't recall it off the top of my head.
It's the whole reason Breeze was in the janitor outfit, because Fandango found him once again, like he did on SmackDown, deep undercover. He's like, dude, come on, we have a match here. You need to get your head in this match so we can win the titles. Breeze like, oh, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. And then he comes out, and that's the thing. It's kind of funny.
Okay, so that's promo points. So 5, that's going to be 99 for Fandango and Tyler Breeze just down here.
Yeah.
You're going to get 5, and that'll be 83 for them. Anyway.
Yes.
So Fandango started the match off, but after Hurricanrana, the two Fandango and Jay tagged their partners in, and the janitor is permitted by the referee to bring his mop into the ring. And he trips Jimmy Uso with it, and then he shoves the mop in his face. Does that count as foreign object use?
Yes.
Yes.
Wasn't a DQ. Interesting. Anyway.
Because it wasn't Tyler Breeze, fool.
That's true. That's true. But the ref counted it as a legal tag.
Yeah.
I gotta order that WWE rulebook. Anyway. So Jay tags in, punches Breeze in the face, then breaks the mop over his knee.
Moppy.
Moppy.
And that was one of the biggest crowd responses of the night when Jay broke that mop over his knee.
Yeah. So then there's a segment where Jay goes over to the top to try to do a diving move, and Breeze rolls to the other corner of the ring, so he goes to the other turnbuckle, but then he rolls to the other corner of the ring, and they went back and forth about 4 times. And then Breeze managed to kick him in the head, and they managed to tag out the other partners. And Fandango hit a couple of moves on Jimmy, and then went to tag back in what was now an old lady in a dress with a walker standing on the apron.
I thought it was just a cane, but okay.
Oh, was it a cane? I thought maybe it was just a cane then. Okay.
Yeah, I think Breeze just had a cane.
All right, so she got in the ring.
That's got a cane.
So she got tagged in. Laid the Usos out with drop kicks and then hit a Bronco Buster on Jay in the corner.
Yeah, when the commentators made Mae Young jokes.
Wow. They did. And
so that is Mae Young.
So then Breeze ate a couple of drop kicks, and then the Usos ripped the dress off him.
and threw it at JBL.
Yeah, it hit JBL in the face.
I saw that. That was amazing.
That was great. By the way, completely unrelated note, again, this will be mentioned more in the news tomorrow, that women's tournament forthcoming, the Mae Young Classic. That is the official title. There's a logo and everything. Anywho.
Over the Fabulous Moolah, huh? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Fabulous Moolah sucks. What are you
Yeah.
Garbage.
Fabulous Moolah's claim to fame was, I've been the women's champion for 30 years because I defended it all of twice in that time frame.
Yeah. Not to mention the other bad shit she did.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Anywho. So after all of that, the Usos managed to gain control, and they beat up the Breezango. Fandango suicide dives the Usos outside, but when he goes to go up again, he gets his leg pulled out from under him, and then he gets caught with a super kick on the way down. And he lost. So Jay got the win on that. But anyway, so Fandango are each going to get 8 points for showing up in this match. Breezango. So Fandango had 2 points, so he'll get 10, and Breeze will get 9.
Did you include Breeze's attack with a mop?
I will add that in there.
All right.
So Fandango is at 109. And then Tyler Breeze is going to get 9 points plus 3 points for a mob attack. Is 12 points to Tyler Breeze.
Fair enough.
Which is 95 for him. All right.
Fair enough.
Meanwhile, the Usos. Let's see. So Jay got the pinfall, so we'll do Jimmy first. So he's going to get 15 points for being on the winning team. He's going to get 15 points for a tag team title retention. Is going to be 30. 8 for competing is going to be 38. And 1 for his move is going to be 39 points to Jimmy. So that's 676. And then 9 is 85.
Okay.
And then Jey Uso won the match. So he's going to get 30 points for winning the match, 15 for the tag title retention is 45. 8 for competing is 53. And 3 moves is 56 points to Jay.
107.
Yep. I can do maths.
Sometimes I wonder about that.
Said the Asian who can't do maths.
Do maths faster than you do.
No, you don't.
He did it that one time.
Yeah, one time. So, our next match of the night was Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin.
Yeah, this match.
It was a decent match.
It was okay. Fuck you, Sami Zayn.
Thank you, Sami Zayn. Thank you, Sammy.
Sammy sucks.
Corbin sucks.
Corbin's been getting a bigger push than Sammy since they both came up from from NXT.
Sammy's been more relevant.
Corbin's actually won matches.
Sammy's actually won feuds.
Yeah.
And the other difference, if you watch opening of SmackDown tonight, the other thing that becomes abundantly clear, Sami Zayn also has mic skill.
This is true. But that's only because Sami Zayn has a motor mouth and he can't keep his trap shut. Ask Kevin Owens. It gets him into trouble all the time.
Yeah, but the difference is, even if he gets his ass kicked forward, he always gets back up. You can't keep him down.
No, I meant like in real life. Like his penchant for not shutting the hell up when he should has gotten him into trouble.
Ah.
Kevin Owens would know. They're, best friends.
I thought they were worse enemies. Anyway. So yeah, Sami Zayn wins this match. He kicked out of a deep 6 at 2. Corbin went for more offense and ate a boot to the face and then a haluva kick.
Mm-hmm.
So Baron Corbin is going to get 8 points for showing up for this match. And another 8 points removed, so 16 points to Baron Corbin. 58, 164.
Yeah.
And then Sami Zayn is going to get 30 points for winning. He's going to get 8 points for competing. It's 38. And another 8 points for moves is going to put him up at 46. So 76 plus 8 is 184.
Yeah, because Kevin Owens actually said in some interviews that like Sami Zayn is one of those type of people who will just say what's on his mind, damn the consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, that remember that bit on SmackDown where he main evented with Orton and Styles,
Yes.
where he was trying to tell them what to do.
He was trying to psych them up.
Yeah, but also tried to come up with plans on telling him what to do. That's a riff on what he actually did, like back in NXT and like in like the Indies and stuff. And the talent got pissed off at him because like, who the fuck do you think you are? You green nobody trying to tell me what to do? What the hell? You shut up and you follow my lead. So yeah, it's gotten him into trouble.
Fair enough.
So yeah, and that's why he's so good on the mic, because he's one of those people that will just say what's on his mind. So he kind of like The Rock, if you will, where he just says what comes to him usually. At least classic Rock. I mean, Rock now is like script. Anyone have a script? I can't talk without a script.
Oh, here it is. It's on my arm.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Rock, how the mighty have fallen.
Fruity Pebbles.
Pretty much. But yeah, so that manic energy, that's all Sami, and just how he talks, that's all Sami. I'm fairly certain he writes most, if not all, of his stuff, or makes it up on the spot.
Well, I'm pretty sure Kevin Owens does that too.
Probably. But Kevin Owens might be a little bit more controlled just because he's a heel. And so they want to say certain things and really push the heel part, whereas as a face, as long as you don't say things that are going to piss people off, you can pretty much say what you're going to want and just pander to the crowd.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of superstars find being face easier to a degree. Because while being a heel, yeah, you can say more kind of what you want to say because you're supposed to piss the crowd off. At the same time, I think you're a little bit more controlled because WWE won't want you to go too far.
Yeah.
And they'll want you to push the right buttons, whereas as a face, just pander to the crowd.
Apparently, unless you see a Punk, in which case your mic's just going to get cut off.
Yeah.
Anyway, we see several police motorcycles pull into the parking lot. They are followed by a black SUV with Indian flags on it, and they are followed by a long white limousine also with Indian flags on it. The Singh brothers climb out of the black SUV, and they bring over a large Indian-looking rug that they lay outside the back door of the limousine, which they then open to reveal
Vince McMahon,
Jinder Mahal.
Oh, hail the Maharaja.
Pretty much. I should know they did this on SmackDown too. It's pretty much the same thing.
So that's pretty much his gimmick now.
Yep.
Which makes sense.
An interviewer approaches Jinder Mahal, but he shuts her down and cuts his own promo on how Chicago is full of haters who hate on him because of how he looks and how he talks. And that he's going to take the WWE Championship back to India, and then he takes a moment to speak to his people in his native Punjabi.
How you look like an ass. How you talk like an American.
Is native Canadian?
Yeah, right?
And that's Kevin Owens' gimmick.
Oh, I have a little funny thing to say too after we talk about that match. Kind of made me laugh.
We'll get there.
Several things to say.
So promo points to Jinder Mahal.
Indeed.
Set for 209. And we'll throw some appearance points over at the Singh brothers.
Woohoo.
What the hell, Samir Singh? There we go.
Thank you, Singh brothers.
Wait till we get to the match.
Again, not that it would have mattered. I have them both, but
you don't have the Singh brothers. He does.
I meant the people. I meant the people in the match.
Well, yes, you have Orton and Mahal. We know this. Anyway, cut out to the ring, and we're joined by James Ellsworth.
Carmelsworth.
Who proceeds to call the Chicago fans a bunch of sausages.
Speaking of someone who has no mic skills.
And he then puts himself over and introduces his homegirl, Carmella. And we have ourselves a 6-woman tag team match of Carmella, Tamina, and Natalya, the welcoming committee, also known as the New Age Order, taking on the team of Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, Naomi.
And even for a pay-per-view, they don't have a Titantron.
Nope.
Women don't rate. Vince McMahon, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. That's not true. The other team all had Titantrons.
Well, they have their own. I'm talking about this team doesn't have. They come out as a team and can't even be bothered to give them a team Titantron and team music. What the hell?
It's dependent on how long they're going to keep the team going, because if they're not going to be a continuing team, as seems evident by the events on SmackDown, it wasn't worth going through the effort.
And I call bullshit. And my proof of bullshit, Y2AJ.
Yes, but that's because they were intending to psych everyone out so that the breakup would be a shock.
They still went through the trouble of.
They did, but it was for the sake. They did, but it was for the sake of shock value.
Yeah.
It wasn't that hard for them to take some white writing and put Y2AJ on a black T-shirt.
I'm not talking about just the shirt. I'm talking about the fact they actually made a Titantron for them and redid the theme song to combine their theme songs and stuff.
Yeah.
They went through the trouble of making them a legitimate tag team for all of like 2 weeks.
Yes, because they intentionally did that to make them look legitimate, so that when they broke up, it would be all the more shocking.
Yeah, they refused to make a legitimate tag team look legitimate by saying, no, you're just going to come out to Natalya's music and Natalya's videos. Like, the fuck?
Because they're probably going to be broken up in like a week. Anyway, I was saying. So we have ourselves this match here.
Yeah.
Ellsworth causes an early distraction, which let the heel shut Charlotte down and keep her as the beat slut for a while. Naomi gets a hot tag, takes Carmella out, but gets distracted by Tamina, which leads to Carmella gaining the advantage. She manages to fight off Carmella and Natalya simultaneously, but Tamina tags in and drops her. They continue using Naomi as a beat slut, but she almost gets a hot tag to Becky, but doesn't quite pull it off, but inevitably does. And Becky cleans house, throws some suplexes and forearms. She goes up top but gets pushed off by Tamina. Natalya locks her to sharpshooter. She escapes, reverses into a disarm her, but there's a series of run-ins from the varying ladies knocking each other around, and the whole thing ends with another sharpshooter on Becky, and Becky Lynch taps out.
I'm the only one who didn't like Becky Lynch's hairdo.
Eh. Oh, you didn't like the Rufio look?
No, it was weird.
Becky, oh.
I'm sure even Rufio would be like, the fuck is that?
No, that's the part where you see she comes out in this thing, and the camera just pans all the way to like the very back of the crowd up at the very top, and Dante Bosker standing there with his arms crossed just goes, honor.
Yes. Like, I liked her outfit, I just didn't like the hair. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Not sure what look she was going for. Anyway,
yeah.
So the heels picked up a victory here.
It was like when Sheamus first came out with the Rocksteady Mohawk. You're like, what the fuck?
True, but that worked for him. He made that work.
You look ugly.
You look stupid. Get it right.
I think they said both, but okay.
No, it was you look stupid. That was the entire shtick.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
There was even that one promo where he threw back and forth with Seth Rollins as he was on the bridge of turning face. And he came out talking about, Seth Rollins, do you think you deserve a title shot? Do you have any idea how stupid you sound? Really, Sheamus, do you have any idea how stupid you look? That was a good promo. Anyway, so we'll do the faces first because they lost.
Yeah.
Also, only 2 people on each team actually use moves.
And mine was one of them.
What's that?
And mine was one of them.
It was.
Because she super kicked someone.
Yeah, one of them was mine too.
Dope.
I'm sure at least 2 of them were yours, but okay.
Right. Anyway.
That's both Naomi and Natalya did moves.
Yep, that's true.
Natalya did too.
Do I still have Carmella?
Yes.
Yes.
So 3 of my people did moves. All right, I'm okay with this.
Dope.
You have everyone in this match except for the 2 of the 4 horsewomen and the one I have.
And Tamina.
Tamina, yeah.
So I have half the match. Fair enough.
Yes.
I'm okay with this. So anyway, let's start off with Naomi. Why not? She's a champ. So Naomi is going to get 8 points for competing in the match and 3 moves. Is 11 points to Naomi. There we go. So 35 becomes 46. 146. And then let's go over here. And we got Becky Lynch. She's going to get 8 and then 7 for moves. And it's going to be 15 points to Becky. Where the hell is she? There we go. And that's going to become, let's see, 45 and 7 is 52. And then Charlotte didn't do any moves because she was a beat slut, so Charlotte's going to get 8 points for showing up.
Remove the word beat and you're right.
No.
Kidding.
Respectfully disagreed. She's divorced. She's allowed to have fun.
She's divorced?
She's divorced.
Did not know that. Okay.
Her now ex-husband is in TNA.
Okay, then. Is that his claim to fame, boning Charlotte Flair?
Yes.
I guess.
Well, he was one of the Ascension dudes, right?
Yeah, one of the former Ascension dudes. That's not one of the current Ascension dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So he's taking the David Otunga approach to wrestling.
Yeah, Bram. Currently wrestling as Bram as a member of the DCC in TNA. Formerly Kenneth Cameron in NXT as a member of the Ascension. Abbreviated to just Cameron, I believe, with a K.
Of course they did, because Connor with a K.
I mean, that was the idea.
Have fun David Otungaing in TNA.
Yeah. Actually, I think he might have just been Kenneth Cameron, because that was before they did the fucking what do they call that? The weird, yeah, the weird play with the names with the letters.
Fair enough.
But anyway, yeah. So
when they realized the good members of the Ascension were gone and they needed something to try to get them over,
I guess.
And then they failed by making them the poor man's Legion of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
I feel sorry for them because, despite the fact that they probably weren't going to be much more than mid-carders, they could have been damned good mid-carders. But then, with what WWE did to them, they have no chance in hell. Their careers are pretty much done.
No chance in hell. You got no chance.
Pretty much.
No
as soon as I saw their debut, I was like, nope, you're done. It's over. You don't have a career. WWE done fucked you over. There's no recovering from insulting Legion of Doom like that. WWE fans will not. No, you're done.
Well, apparently Charlotte is twice divorced, but anyway.
Fair enough. Must be the intimidation factor.
Mm. Pretty much. Anywho, so let's go ahead and do the heels here.
Or I think it's the Flair DNA, but you know.
And that too.
Woo-hoo.
Well, I don't know. She's going to have to go through, about 3 or 4 more before she catches up?
Yeah.
That shouldn't take you very long. You see how quickly she's catching up to the championship reigns.
True. Well, she is the female John Cena.
No, she's the female Ric Flair.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Femme Cena.
If she was the female John Cena, she wouldn't have been the beat slut.
That's true. Bailey's the female John Cena.
Not really anymore. She's been getting her ass kicked pretty consistently by Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, but Cena's got his ass kicked a lot too. How many times did he get his ass kicked by AJ Styles?
Yeah, but this is Cena in the twilight of his career, not in the 2 decades of destruction John Cena.
Yeah.
Please let that be the name of his WWE autobiography.
Yes.
2 decades of destruction.
Very much. Bailey is more the female Daniel Bryan.
I think Becky Lynch is the female Daniel Bryan.
Becky Lynch is the female Sheamus.
No.
She's the power. She's the energy. She's submission wrestler. Well, most of them are, but
Sheamus doesn't do submission wrestling. He has it's a cloverleaf. That's it.
Which he uses quite a bit since they've given it to him. She also has the Bexploder, which is her impact move.
Yes.
Which she did in this match.
Yep. Anywho. So back over to the heels. We'll do Carmella first. Well, let's do Tamina first because Tamina didn't have any. Tamina's going to get 15 points for being on the winning team, and 8 for competing is going to be 23 points to Tamina.
How about her moves?
Tamina didn't do any moves.
She super kicked at least one person. Come on.
She has to do a super kick.
Yes, she does.
That's racist.
It is racist.
Her signatures are the super kick and the superfly. And I think she has a lifting move. I can't remember, but I know those are because
you're right. She doesn't have a super kick. I didn't have an indication of her doing it in the recap, but if you remember it,
no. And she kicked at least one person.
All right, then I'll give her one.
I think it was in that exchange when all the ladies hit the ring one after the other, and they do that boom 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 exchange. She kicked someone.
Fair enough. Well, whatever. We'll throw her 1 point. So now I lost my fucking points again. So 15, 8 for competing is 23, and 1 is 24 points to Tamina then.
Yep.
It's 575 is 79. All right, and then Carmella had 1 point, so 15 and 8 is 23, and 1 is 24 for Carmella.
Yeah. I don't mean to sound racially insensitive or anything, because it's just kind of how WWE is. But if they're Samoan, there's a really, really good chance they have both a super kick and a splash. Unless they're Roman Reigns or The Rock.
Okay, then.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't think any of Rocky's bloodline had the high flying. I think they were more the ground and pound like The Rock was. Like his father and his grandfather, I think, were more mat wrestlers. But we know Roman Reigns' family is all the high flying stuff, but he's the big brawler dude. He could do high flying stuff. He's agile enough to do it, but he doesn't. Because he's more the ground speed dude, which works.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want Roman Reigns to try flying moves, though. I mean, yeah,
why not? His brothers were both high flyers, and they were both far bigger than he was.
He has more than one brother?
I think they were brothers, or were they his cousins? I don't know.
If you're talking about the 3-minute warning,
yeah,
Rosie was his brother. Jamal was their cousin.
Okay, so yeah, his brother and his cousin both were high flyers. That was their finishing moves. Was basically the Superfly. It was a Samoan splash.
Fair enough.
I think that's where the Usos actually took it from. Was from 3-minute warning.
They may have.
And I believe they both also use super kicks. Now that I think about it.
They do. But they took the super kicks from Umaga, their uncle Umaga.
Ooh,
oh, is that where he got the name and the gimmick of Umaga from?
What do you mean?
Well, who are you talking about?
Who are you talking about?
Rosie and Jamal?
Yeah.
Who were you talking about?
I'm saying the Usos took the super kick from Umaga.
Possibly. Rosie did a super kick too before he became the shit.
Hmm.
Then his entire moveset modified to more fit around Hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
Except I think he kept the splash just because it fit. But
anyway.
And that's hilarious because when Jamal became Umaga, he stopped doing the super kick because he adopted that stupid Samoan spike.
That looked painful as hell, though.
Yeah, to Jamal. Can you imagine jabbing your thumb into someone repeatedly? That would hurt your thumb, dude.
Yeah, but the idea was he was jamming it into someone's throat. The throat is very soft.
Your thumb.
A little bit, but the throat is very soft and squishy. It would do a lot, and that's why he had tape all around it to support it so that it would not hurt him as much.
Not if you're jabbing it into a dude. Remember, dudes have Adam's apples. Those things hurt.
Depends on where in the throat you're aiming it, but yes. Anyway, I was saying.
I still like, let's see if John remembers this. I still like doing the Samoan spike off the top of the cage. You remember that, John?
Yeah.
It was like the brain shop where he would just go like this, and the guy would just run off the cage.
It's like, thumbs up. No! Okay.
It was great. That made the Samoan spike and what's his face's brain shock two of the best moves ever for Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
Anyway, so Natalya won the match. So Natalya's going to get herself 30 points.
Yes.
She's going to get 8 for competing is 38, and 2 moves is 40 points. Natalya.
Yeah, she gets points.
Indeed. So 90, that's going to put her at, let's see, that's 101, 11, 21. What did I say? How many points did she get?
40 something.
I think it was 40 even, wasn't it? No. 30 for winning, 8 is 38, and then how many moves did she have? And 2 gets 40 even. Okay, so 91. So fair enough. So that's 01, 11, 21, 131. Okay. That worked. Oh, and also James Ellsworth gets accompaniment. And I'll throw him mini promo for that introduction.
Doesn't he get interference too?
That too. So 6 is 11, and then 3 for the opening is about 14 points. 1 puts him at 61. So next up, the WWE United States Championship match, Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles.
Match of the night. This match was fucking awesome.
Oh, hell yeah. This is a great match.
It's an awesome match.
It was an awesome match.
I'm glad KO won. He needed to win this match.
Yep, a lot of great back and forth. Exchanging moves, kicking out of each other's finishers, everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of like breaks and escapes in this, so have fun scoring that.
It's already scored. Owens worked on AJ's leg repeatedly over the course of the match.
Yeah.
And the match ended as Styles went off the barricade with a forearm shot and then took Owens on top of the announce table. Owens fought his way off, and AJ's leg fell through the announce table hole where the monitor was supposed to be, and he got all tangled up in the cables in the table. And he kind of fell over and couldn't get his leg untangled, and Owens ran back in the ring in time for AJ to get counted out. And then he rolled out and he super kicked AJ in the face for good measure after he got free.
That looked like it hurt because he basically super kicked AJ head first into the side of the announcer's table.
Pretty much. It did not look pleasant.
Yeah.
So AJ Styles lost his match, so he's going to get himself 15 points. Not one of 15 points. He's going to get himself 8 points for competing and 4 for his moves. It's going to be 12 points, not 15. $177. Okay. Now Kevin Owens had a ton of reversals.
Kevin Owens show.
Yeah. So let's see here. Kevin Owens is going to get 30 points for winning a match.
Mhm.
He's going to get 20 points off a title retention. Is 50. He's got 20 points worth of moves. Is 70. 8 for competing in the match is 78 points to KO.
Post-match assault.
Ding.
Ding.
Jim.
I hear you. Yeah, 78 points to KO, and then the post-match assault is another 4, so 82.
Yep, and I assume you already
Yes, the finish
Put
is accounted
that-
for.
yeah, the kick. Okay, cool.
All right.
Kevin.
And
Oh,
that shoots
shit.
KO up to 365.
Jeez.
All right. So, following this, we have our cooldown match of Luke Harper versus Eric Rowan.
Yeah, what was the point of this match?
Those two guys needed something to do, and we needed to kill some time and calm everybody down after that U.S. title match so they could recuperate in time for the main event.
Naruto filler.
Mhm.
Like, this match literally had no point because they raised up Eric Rowan. He's the one that demanded this match, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes out like a little bitch. And you're just like, wow.
I don't know, he didn't go out like a bitch. He beat the hell out of Luke Harper for most of the match.
He still lost the match.
He did, but it's not like he was squashed.
Yeah, might as well have been. I think Eric Rowan should have won this match personally.
Fair enough.
But he didn't, so I get points.
Yep. They're trying to push Luke Harper because they like him more.
Well, he is the better of the two. He looks better and just, yeah.
So anyway, Eric Rowan gets 8 points for being here, and 5 moves is 13 points to Eric Rowan.
No. I was also really disappointed that the crowd was completely fucking dead for this match.
They were, but they were exhausted from Owen Styles. Cut him some slack.
They were, but I'm like, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, they may be mid-carders, but they deserve better than that. They deserve the reaction.
Fair enough. Well, anyway, Luke Harper wins. He's going to get... ow. Ooh. Luke Harper's going to get 30 points. 8 for competing is 38. And then he had 9 moves.
Mm-hmm.
Is going to be 47 points to Luke Harper.
Yay.
Is 56. Would be 96 plus 7 points would be 103.
Yeah, he breaks the 100 mark. I will say the match itself was a very good match.
It was a nice back and forth match.
Like, Eric Rowan pulled out a fucking drop kick. I'm like, the hell did that come from?
Yep.
So yeah, they pulled
Rowan
some
hit a
stuff out
baseball
there.
slide.
Yeah. What? That's like Big Show hitting a baseball slide. That should not happen.
What's the world's largest baseball slide?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So the match was very good. They're both highly athletic, and I'm glad they're getting to show it. I just wish the crowd would be more appreciative of it.
Well, the problem being appreciative is WWE gave them a reason to care.
True. Well, they did give them a reason to care, and then they traded Bray Wyatt to Raw,
I know.
and that pretty much killed their momentum.
Pretty much. Anyway. So following this, we do go to our main event. Randy Orton defending the WWE Championship against the Maharaja Jinder Mahal.
Indeed.
Accompanied by the Singh brothers.
I can't believe how many people were actually legitimately shocked that Jinder Mahal won.
Nobody.
What's that, John?
You're full of shit.
I pretty much saw that coming a mile away. That they, especially when Jim mentioned it. Jim is the one that put it in my mind that they're probably giving it to Jinder. And I was like, okay, that's fair enough. That makes sense. I'm hopefully Jim remembers that conversation.
Well, I just made the point that I read online that they were moving into the Indian market, and it would have made sense to do that, and I couldn't see them pushing him all that way just to not do it.
Yeah, and that would explain why they were pushing him and stuff, which is what people believed as well. But there's other reasons which I'll get into after we talk about the match and score it. But yeah, so I wasn't really all that shocked that Jinder was one. Did I think Jinder was going to win? I thought there was a chance, but I didn't know for certain if he was going to win. But it didn't shock me that much that he actually won because of what Jim set up for me of the whole they're going into the Indian market and the fact that they were pushing him. And I looked at it beforehand. I was like, okay, so let's break this down. And if you actually break it down and think about it from a WWE logic perspective, having him win was the only thing they could have done. Because they pushed him to number one, they gave him steroids, so he looks like a legitimate threat. Number two, they pushed him to the point that he hasn't lost a single match or confrontation since he debuted on SmackDown. Every confrontation he's ever had, he's come out on top. Every match he's ever had, he's won.
I don't think they gave him steroids. I'm pretty sure he probably got himself on steroids while he was gone, and when they rehired him, they went, "Oh, you look good now. Let's push you."
Maybe, but regardless of the fact he was on steroids and they pushed him like that, that to me says you don't push someone like that and just to have them lose. That doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Usually, if you're pushing someone like
time.
No, but usually if you're pushing someone like that, especially with his look, you're trying to push him as more of a Braun Strowman or a Brock Lesnar. Which is why I was like, oh, they're probably going to have him win because they're going to want to make him look really, really strong, push him like the Brock Lesnar, build him up to this big heel, and have a super babyface come in and take him down, like maybe an AJ Styles or a Sami Zayn.
I want you to stop and think about building him up after he has the belt. Think about that and then come back to your first point.
What do you mean building him up after he has the belt? They built him up before he got the belt.
No, he was a jobber, and then the next week he was #1 contender. You can't tell me that they took any time to build him up because you'd be fucking lying, and you know it.
Well, that was the build-up. He returns completely jacked.
Not a build-up. He was a jobber for 3 months. That's the build-up. No,
the build-up was his return. When he showed up on SmackDown, he was completely jacked, new gimmick. And they're like, we're just going to balls to the wall, go for it. That's the build-up. Was it something they should have done? I don't know. Yes, Jinder was
He won a match and then was a jobber the rest of the time until he was #1 contender. They thought they were going to push him. Or it looked like, oh, maybe they're going to push him because he has a new gimmick. And then it didn't fucking do anything. And then they're like, oh, shit, we're going into India. Who looks like they're from there? That guy. Give him the belt. What?
I know. But they still, in my opinion, they pushed him right. Whether I feel he deserved it or not, that's completely another story. The answer is no. That's a short answer. But they did it right. And the way they pushed him, the way they portrayed him on TV, you don't do that unless you're trying to build him to be more of a Brock Lesnar, more of he's undefeated. Now, he's the squirming up because he's got his minions. He doesn't just go out and do it himself. He's got minions. And that's a perfectly valid heel type. But you don't build someone up like that to just have them all of a sudden lose. It doesn't work that way. Could they have done it? Yes, it's WWE. Anything can happen. But I was like, yeah, you know what? More I think about it, the way they've been portraying Jinder Mahal, it makes sense that he would win the match. Now, since we're talking about this, I might as well just say it here. Originally, he wasn't going to win. Originally, actually, he was going to have a completely different gimmick, according to Jinder himself. They were just going to repackage his previous gimmick that he had with Rusev, the whole peacemaker gimmick, the whole, I come in peace, the hypocrisy gimmick of I come in peace, but I'm going to beat your face in to achieve it kind of thing. And with SmackDown, they were going to have him come in and be like, I tried the whole peace thing, but that didn't work because you're all hypocrites, so screw you all kind of thing, and kind of go with that. But Vince McMahon, according to him, Vince McMahon came up to him and said, you know what, Jinder? I think we're going to do something a little different. I don't think that's going to work. we need you to be this monster heel, but you can't do that with your little Peacemaker Gandhi gimmick. That's not going to work. You need to go out there and you need to take the WWE Universe by the balls.
To his credit, he did come out on SmackDown last week and quote Gandhi.
True, but it wasn't for that gimmick. And so from what I understand, again, grain of salt is coming from Jinder, supposedly, but supposedly Vince McMahon is the one that's been writing his promos. At least he's crediting Vince McMahon as the genius behind his promos, because when Vince McMahon came to him with the idea, he was like, that's not going to work. He was like, they'll never take me seriously as a big heel. Like, I'm not going to get a response. It's not going to work. Barely getting a response with this gimmick. I think it'd be better just to stick with this gimmick. But hey, you're the boss. And Vince was like, trust me, it'll work. It'll play. Go for it. And he went out there, boom, make a heel response. And Jinder was like, oh shit, this is actually working. Wow, Vince is a genius. All right, we're going with this. Because Jinder never thought it would work. And Vince was like, no, it will work. We're going to make you a mega heel. And it worked. But originally, the original plan was for Orton to, supposedly, Orton was going to retain the title and have a semi-long title reign. Up until, of course, this is WWE, up until the day of Backlash, and Vince was like, no, we're putting it on Jinder. So, in typical WWE fashion, the decision is made on the day of who's actually going to win the match. I mean, and to be fair to them, they could do it either way, and it would work either way. Personally, I think putting it on Jinder was the right move. Because let's face it, Orton's kind of stale. Even though he's the better champion, he's kind of stale. And Orton himself has said he'd rather be a heel than a face. So this will give Orton a chance to take a little bit of time off and then come back as a heel. Now, having said that, I can't believe I'm going to say this. So, rumor mill is saying that WWE's plan with Jinder Mahal is to keep him WWE champion until Royal Rumble, which is kind of long, but it could work. But they wanted him to drop it to John Cena. I'm like, oh, God. Really? You want Cena to break Ric Flair's record by beating Jinder Mahal? Are you fucking kidding me? But yeah, supposedly that's the current plan going forward. Of course, it's WWE. We won't know until the Rumble because nothing is ever decided until the day of the pay-per-view. So yeah, plans. WWE plans. We'll see where it goes. No reactions, huh? Fair enough. Let's score this bitch.
Do it.
And I've put Jim to sleep. That's wonderful.
Oh, are you done?
It's Jinder. What do you expect?
I have the Singh brothers wrestle. Anyway, combination points for the Singh brothers and some interference while I'm at it.
Yeah. Though, admittedly, this match wasn't terrible.
No.
It was actually a pretty good match.
So I got to get, let's see, what we got? 6 for interference and 5 for the comes. It's 11 points each to the Singhs. Both at 68 then.
No. I have to give Jinder credit. A, it was a somewhat decent match. B, he didn't attempt to kill Randy Orton. So, win-win.
Yeah.
And C, the story was told beautifully. I mean, he's got his Singh brothers there, and it obviously affected the outcome of the match.
Yeah. All right, so Randy Orton lost, so Randy Orton is going to get himself 8 points for competing. He is going to get himself 4 points for being in the main event.
Yep.
It's 12. Add 6 moves is 18 points to Randy Orton. Where the fuck is he? Here we go.
Randy Orton, you will never see the top 10 again.
That's 203, and then 8 is 211.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jinder Mahal. Let's see here. So, let's see here. 50 points for a win of the WWE Championship. 30 for the match win is 80. 9 for being in and winning the main event is 89. 8 for straight up competing in the match is 97. And 5 moves is 102 to Jinder Mahal.
Wow.
I need to like think and process of that or Naomi being worse.
Which puts him at 311. So he's not beating KO, but he's not that far behind either.
That or Naomi being worse?
Because they're both fucking awful, and we should never have to say champion Jinder Mahal or champion Naomi. It hurts. Here.
I would say Naomi, if only because I think at least now Jinder is the better wrestler. And I can't believe I said that, but it's true. He proved it with that championship match because at least that match was actually, like I said, a pretty good match, and it wasn't really sloppy. Everything was executed properly. Naomi can't do one match without fucking something up.
Yeah, but 2 is better than 1. That doesn't mean it's a high number.
I would also like to say that we now have proof that, number one, the Canadian Parliament doesn't know the definition of the word kayfabe, and number 2, they apparently think like Vince McMahon. Because one of the members of the Canadian Parliament said during, I think it was like during one of their meetings or whatever, was like, and we'd like to congratulate, Albertan native Jinder Mahal for becoming the first Albertan to win a WWE championship since Bret Hart. Never mind the fact that Natalia's been the Divas champion. But no, apparently she doesn't count because she's a woman.
Was she?
Yep, she's a one-time Divas champion. She won it once. According to Wikipedia, anyway.
I don't even remember that.
Yep.
She should have had title wins. I don't remember her actually.
She should have. Yeah, she had it once. I think she was a transitional champion. She held it for like one day. But she still won it, and it's like, no, we're not going to acknowledge that because she's a woman. Jinder Mahal's our man, yeah.
Yes, let's see here. Natalia won the Divas Championship off of Laycool.
Oh, that's right. She was the one that united the championship back.
Yeah, it was a handicap match involving Laycool's just partners. She beat them both, united the championship, held it for 70 days until she dropped it to Eve Torres at the Royal Rumble. She won it at Survivor Series, dropped it at the Rumble, so she held it for like 3 months.
That's not bad. That's a good run.
That's back in 2010.
So that she actually had a legitimate reign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never mind that. No. She's a woman. We have to say, Jinder, he's our man. Yeah, so apparently Canadian government
Well, in all
that.
fairness, they didn't explicitly say WWE Championship. That is the belt that Jinder won.
True, the world champion, but still. But yeah, so they acknowledge that in Canadian government.
Yep.
Apparently Jinder Mahal's like a national hero now. In Canada.
Of course.
That also hurts here.
Okay, let's take a look at the scores here, people. Let's check the scores. Refreshing. Alrighty. So, in the lead at 36-24.
Jeez.
Is Team Extreme. Followed at 29-56 by the Certified Balor Club. And at 22-56 is Team Apocalypse.
Ride it up. Ride it up. Ride it up. Ride it up. Ride it up.
She did. Her book is available currently at bookstores everywhere. What am I doing? Hang on.
And apparently CM Punk is available for more than $1 million if you can convince UFC to part with him.
Type, you piece of fucking horse shit.
Was Numlock, huh?
It was just off. What the hell? Okay.
Backlash.
No shit.
To the leaderboards.
Hang on, I gotta. What date? What was the date of that event? That was on the 21st. Okay. Let me hit a save on that. Let's go over to the leaderboard and see where we're at here.
Let's make John hurt even more.
All right, top of the leaderboard is Kevin Owens at 365. The U.S. champion off fresh off his retention, followed by the new WWE champion Jinder Mahal at 311 and number 2. TJ Perkins at 253, coming in third, followed at 236 by AA Austin Aries. The Raw Women's champion Alexa Bliss coming in at number 5 at 233, followed by Finn Balor at 225. Seth freaking Rollins at 213, just a point ahead of Jeff Hardy, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. At 212, just a point ahead of Randy Orton, the former champion, WWE champion, at 211, followed by Bray Wyatt, just barely edging himself into the top 10 at 203.
Yeah, we won't be seeing much of Randy Orton. I don't know what he did on SmackDown. I haven't watched all of SmackDown yet, but
No, he's gonna get his rematch in his hometown. So let that sink in. Just pile of shit. That's what I heard. Was that he?
Wow.
That is what they confirmed. Coming up at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view in his hometown of St. Louis, Missouri, Randy Orton will challenge Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship.
Which means that the double facepalm meme from Next Gen just isn't enough.
Which is why you need to go with the triple facepalm meme from Next Gen.
You have to, because oh my god.
I'm actually surprised Chris Jericho is still as high as he is, considering he hasn't been around for a while.
Oh, he'll be back. Why do you think Kevin Owens is still doing shit like hosting the highlight reel? Because they want to remind you, oh yeah, he beat Chris Jericho. So when Jericho shows up in about a month and continues the feud, it's still relevant. Right.
I feel really bad for John. The only member of his crew that's doing anything is Neville. That's Neville.
Neville.
Yep.
Well, gosh, it's almost like somebody took his 1 point scorer, AJ Styles, away.
I know. It's like somebody took all my point scores. Oh, no. Don't worry. The final episode's going to be loads of fun.
SummerSlam?
Sure. Just remember the draft episode. That's all I'm going to say. Remember the draft, and then look forward to the final episode.
Okay, then.
Draft?
Yeah.
Like I said, to be fair, I thought Roman Reigns was going to get you a lot of points. I was like, oh no, Roman's is red hot. Even if he's like the most hated man in WWE right now, I'm like, crap, he's got Reigns. He's actually going to do well with Reigns. And then WWE was like, nope, you're off TV. And I was like, wait, what?
Well, that's why we're going to open that. We're going to open that Patreon for people to pay John to take Roman so they don't push him.
Exactly.
I'd be okay with that.
Anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this button over here.
Yeah, apparently if you want people to be pushed, you give them to me. If you want people not to be pushed, you give them to John.
That's right.
Because when Jim took KO from me, KO did fuck all. I take KO back. He's back to number 1 where he was the last time he was on my roster.
Pretty much.
And then, I took TJ Perkins from you, and boom, he's what, like number 4?
Thereabouts. 3, actually. 3.
Number 3. Yeah, and I still have Jinder Mahal, and you could have had Jinder Mahal, but you decided to let me keep him.
I did. I took Eric Rowan by mistake, but how could I have known?
Yeah, no one in their right mind would have, Jim. It's fine. That means you're sane.
Okay.
And then I got lucky with AA Austin Aries. I was like, yeah, they might push him for a little bit, but I didn't see him doing much. And all of a sudden, it's just like, boom, number 1. I'm like, the fuck?
Well, I'm pretty much going to be okay going forward anyway, because one way or another, either Seth Rollins or Finn Balor is challenging Brock Lesnar, and I have all 3 of those dudes. So
yeah, I think it's going to be Balor, personally. But
we'll
talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, the internet dirt sheets are saying Rollins, actually. But we shall see.
We can discuss that tomorrow.
Indeed. This has been Backlash. We will see you tomorrow night for our regular programming, folks. Thank you, too, for joining me. I'm James Phoenix, and peace.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Crap, wrong button. Hang on.